We're going to work now more deeply than we ever have before. So be sure that you have this idea that when we go deep, we have to move slowly. Okay, so you're going to get your long skinny roll, put it down on the floor. So you put your skinny roll in the middle of your blanket. And today, instead of having a big fat towel for your head, you're going to have your head on the top of your skinny roll, okay? So everything's on the skinny roll. Your legs are going to be bent, your knees bent. And you just want to situate so that your head is on the skinny roll, that your knees are over your ankle, your foot, and they're hip width apart. Lie on your back, right down the skinny roll, and just let your body settle for a moment or two. Breathe through your nose and feel the contact. And as I mentioned in the past classes, just this position is enormously informative and healing in connecting with the core of ourselves and connecting with this spine, this area that is hard to feel because there's so many muscles around the core. So you feel the contact, and after we lie here a while, things relax, and then we don't have that much sensation, okay? We get used to this position. So now let's roll everything to one side. I'm going to my left, but it doesn't matter which side you picked, and then come back to the middle. So move everything like it's like a rolling pin or a round dowel. And that's fine. It's a nice feeling, but it's actually really hard to tell what's going on because there's so many parts that are moving. So now let's just move one part of that. So now let's just move your hips a little bit. We've done this before in the past, but this is just a nice warm up. So you move your hips a little right and left, move your shoulders now a little bit. Leave your hips still, but move your shoulders so they go over the roll. And then the last thing is just move your head. So this is a review, but it's nice to feel, is that easier now having done the other classes? Can you feel these parts of yourself moving? Okay, now let's roll off and rest and take away your roller, move it to the side. And if you need like a towel under your head, you can put something under your head so that your forehead and chin are at a level position. You can leave your knees bent or you can lengthen your legs long. Okay, I'm just going to leave mine bent right now. Breathe through your nose and see how it feels to settle. So we'll just take some time to let your body settle in. And it's interesting what has the most pressure in the floor. As one teacher of mine used to say, what are your leaning points, the points that lean into the ground more, that can settle in. And just let your body do what it does well, which is find connection. It's like finding water or finding food. The body knows where gravity is, and when we tune in consciously to where gravity is, it makes it even easier, okay? Now let's roll to your side, and let's put the skinny roll once more underneath you. and kind of fluff it up so it's round. And let's lie on your back with your head on the skinny roll. Okay, so now let's take and reach across to your opposite knee. Okay, and just do that a couple times to find the knee. And if you like, you can kind of bring it toward your chest or move your shoulder. So it's like this push-pull from the shoulder and knee. And you might notice that that rolls your head a little bit or your shoulders. It's an interesting diagonal movement, and this will help you walk better if you have problems with balance. All right, so just rest for a moment and see how that is. And let's try the other side. So reach for the other knee. And if that's hard for you to do, you can reach under your knee or under your leg. Not everybody can reach their knee. So that's another option, but it's better if you can reach your knee. See if you can do that. And then play with moving your shoulder and your knee. And I do have a much easier lesson on my YouTube channel that works with this. So I can talk about that later. Okay, so just rock back and forth and then relax. Bring that knee down and your arm down. And then rest. Okay. Now, if you'd like, you could pause the video and rest on the floor and come back. That might be nice, just to give yourself more time with this. But let's keep going without taking that little intermission. So let's go back to the first knee and hand and see how is that now to reach for that knee. Does that feel clearer having done the other side? I'm amazed I can feel the difference just already. Now I'd like you to do something where you bring that knee up, keep it there, but I want you to take your arm away and then just tap your knee with your hand like that and bring your arm down. So you keep your low back against the roller. So make sure your low back is touching the roll. And then I want you just to tap the top of your knee, thigh area with your hand. Tap it. And then bring your knee down. Rest for a moment. And if you have cramps or anything, you know, take care of yourself. Stretch out your leg and bring it back. You know, if you're finding your muscles get crampy in this position, you can always roll off and rest. Now let's bring that knee up again and see if it's a little bit easier to tap with the hand. Leave your hand there and bring your knee down. And now see if you can kind of like target practice. Slap your hand with your knee. Leave your hand where it is and slap the knee into the hand. I love this lesson because if you have any kind of instability with your SI joints, the joints that are below your low back, this really helps a lot. Okay, so now hold the opposite knee and just do that a few times, reaching for the knee. Okay, so we've got that. And then leave the knee up. And I want you just to slap the knee gently with your hand. Slap it. And you can have your eyes closed when you do this, or you can look. It's good to look sometimes to make sure you're in the place you think you are. Okay, and rest. And let your body settle. It's very stimulating what we're doing right now. Doesn't seem like much, but it's very, very stimulating. You're working a lot of tiny muscles for balance. Okay, let's grab your knee and hand together. Okay, let's just do that again. Just see how is that getting clearer. Now leave your hand where it is, but take your knee away down to the floor and then slap your hand with your knee And make sure your low back is resting clearly on the roll. So relax your back as you do this. So this is happening just with your leg. Your back doesn't need to do anything. It can just relax onto the roll, and the knee is slamming into your hand in a fun kind of way. All right? Okay, now let's roll off and rest. I'll take this out. Take away your roll. Feel your back now. And if you want, you can kind of hug your knees and rock a little side to side. Or just bring your legs down and rest now. And feel the contact of your legs, your back, everything with the floor. Okay, great.